Are your kids here? You mind if you step in?
This is the exact moment Larissa realized her horrifying secret was about to be revealed. Detectives had expected to do a simple welfare check before they discovered what this evil mother had been hiding in her home. This would turn out to be the worst case in their careers.
Okay. Is it a boy? A girl? What?
No boy.
A boy. What's the boy's name?
Anthony.
Okay. See if you can get a name.
Is there anything?
Well, we got a call want us to check on the well-being of the 4 to 5 year old kid.
How many kids are good?
Okay.
This investigation began with an unexpected 911 call. This call was made by Larissa's boyfriend's brother, Scott, from Pakistan.
Basically, it's kind of messed up the whole situation, but my brother told me something, and I just can't sleep at night. He told me that something happened with one of the kids.
The horrifying secret that kept this man awake all night and drove the police to Larissa's door was about to lead to a horrific discovery surrounding the little boy. But she wasn't the only suspect. The police were also suspicious of her boyfriend, Christopher, who was in Medina County Jail at the moment.
I love you. I don't know. What minute you got everything? All right, love you too.
I love you. Yeah, I hear you, baby.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay, love you too.
Mwah.
Love you.
Do you again? I love you. Yeah. Okay, I love you.
In 2015, Larissa Rodriguez met Christopher on a dating app. Christopher, a single father of one, quickly moved in with Larissa just months after meeting her. Larissa is already overwhelmed with a large family, including 9 children and Christopher.
He's had custody of her, but she just had a little girl named Mia.
Okay.
And then I guess she's pregnant again.
Yeah.
They all have different daddies.
Okay. So the other 3, the oldest 3 are, well, the 16-year-old, the 19-year-old.
Angel.
They're with their
family.
Fathers.
Angel
families.
is with his daddy. Gilbert is with his grandmother.
And then Nevaeh is with
Dad.
Christopher Upton.
Yes.
Okay. And then the other 5 are in custody of children's
Well, 4
services.
because.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And she is pregnant again. Is that from Christopher?
I'm pretty sure.
She was receiving child support payments and $750 a month in supplemental security income for her 5-year-old son, Jordan.
She used to use a website called mocospace.com. She had it on an app on her phone.
Is it MOCO?
Yeah.
MOCO space?
Yeah, it's basically MySpace. A big percentage of the popularity on that is Hispanic guys and women. But you'll have your here and there other races. But yeah, it's a big Hispanic thing.
Like a hookup site?
Pretty much. That's what she explained it as. It's for Hispanic people. It's like a MySpace for Hispanics.
Gotcha. And that's how she met this guy?
Yeah. That's how she met Chris too. Was Facebook with him.
Okay.
That's what I was told.
The chaotic mess of her family quickly became the highlight of this case. Christopher had been home for the majority of the time when Jordan was abused, and after that he was arrested on separate incidents. Police arrived at Larissa Rodriguez's residence on West 80th Street in Cleveland to investigate the disturbing claim, unaware that her boyfriend's brother, Scott R. Rodriguez, had tipped off the authorities that something heinous had happened to her child. She continued to act as if nothing had happened.
How many kids do you have?
I have 9 altogether.
Okay.
But I have some that don't live with me. But these are the ones that do live with me.
Okay.
Everything was seemingly off from the beginning. Why didn't all the children live with Larissa? The more she spoke, the more detectives began to worry.
Do you have a child with special needs?
Oh, Jordan? Yes, I do.
How old is Jordan?
Jordan, he is just turned 5.
Where's Jordan at?
He's with his dad. He's gonna be visiting for the holiday. He's not here with us right now, for the holiday.
Where's Dad at?
In Texas. He's not even here.
The calmness in Larissa's voice couldn't mask the chilling tension. The investigators knew they were on the brink of discovering a dark, hidden truth.
What's his dad's name? Jordan's dad.
Patrick. Pat.
Do you have a number to Patrick? Can you reach that?
You need a list of all your kids' names.
A list? Can I get a pen? and paper?
Sure. Or you could tell me.
Here, I'll write it down because
First-
it's a lot easier.
Okay. Firstborn, all the way down the line. Supposedly Jordan is with Dad
Yes,
in
he's
Texas.
with Dad.
We can call him.
Yeah.
Huh? Right now, I don't have the number because he was going to get a new number.
But he's got family, so we can
Yes.
talk to them.
The cracks in Larissa's story were widening, and the investigators could feel the weight of her deception. Her hesitation and excuses about contacting Jordan's father only deepened their suspicion. After her 9 partners and 9 children, she was in a relationship with a man named Christopher Rodriguez, who was currently in jail for failing to pay child support to her ex-partner. Since the detectives received a 911 call from Christopher's brother, they had to inquire and establish Christopher's involvement with Larissa and her kids.
Where's Christopher at?
He's in jail. He's been in jail. For child support. He's been in there since like October.
Was he here when the dog bit the lady?
Yeah.
That
I
was him,
think
right?
so.
Is that him?
Yeah. But he hasn't even been. He's been in Medina County. That's why I was surprised when my son came down and said he was in the police. I said, huh?
So Christopher's been in jail from
Since October.
October.
Yeah. He's been in Medina County.
And look,
He's been there October 20.
What's his last name?
Huh?
What's Christopher's last name?
Rodriguez.
Rodriguez?
Mm-hmm.
Is that your husband?
No, we're not legally married.
Gotcha.
The investigators could feel the web of lies tightening around them, each thread leading closer to a harrowing truth. The calm facade Larissa maintained was cracking, and beneath it lay a reality more horrifying than they could have ever anticipated. The chilling truth was about to explode into the open. But before we disclose this to you, we will paint the picture of how miserably these children had been living and how cold and depressing Jordan's last moments could have looked like.
Okay. Okay.
Negative. Just
My
on the
oldest
brother
one,
of
she's right
Christopher
there.
Rodriguez and his girlfriend Larissa Rodriguez.
Let me know. Fine.
All right. Hello, kids. All right.
Their concerns grew as they observed the condition of Larissa's home. Upon seeing how Larissa kept the house itself, detectives grew concerned from the very beginning. Reports from social workers had previously highlighted the unsanitary and deplorable living conditions, with one account noting a child eating a sandwich which had a cockroach in it. If you think that's bad, Larissa's ex-boyfriend Jacob Wagner had even more disturbing revelations.
She just stopped cleaning the house. The kids were always dirty. I always had to give them baths, feed them. She only fed certain kids more than the others.
This grim backdrop added to the urgency of the investigation, suggesting that there was more to Jordan's disappearance than Larissa was willing to disclose. 5-year-old Jordan with developmental disabilities who couldn't speak had supposedly been away, missing for about 3 months now. Detectives swarmed Larissa's house of horrors, desperately searching for answers. They already had a hunch. They just needed to verify if Larissa was secretly a monster. FBI and medical examiner investigators spent about 3 hours digging in the backyard of Larissa Rodriguez's home. And there was Jordan. His little body, that had been decomposing for 3 months now, was buried in garbage bags, deep in the very backyard he played in. Autopsy was yet to be done at this point, but just from the surface, his body was riddled in the signs of neglect and abuse. Larissa Rodriguez's sister, Anna Rodriguez, shared a grim tale of what Jordan endured. She revealed that Jordan had once been tied up with a sock in his mouth.
Around there, yes. I can't remember exactly day because...
Why did he have a sock in his mouth?
I don't know.
Did he say something he wasn't supposed to?
That boy don't speak. When I lived there, he didn't speak. All he did... You know, he had a habit of taking off his diaper and kind of doing gross stuff with it, like on a wall or whatever. But how does he know any better if you don't show him any better, right? And if you leave him locked up in this room all day and not around his siblings, how is he going to know any better? Okay?
Many people, including Larissa's son, had told detectives that Larissa would leave Jordan for hours in the closet, sometimes nearing fatality due to neglect.
Which brother was bad?
Boo-boo.
So if he was bad, then who had to sit in the closet?
Boo-boo.
He did? For how long?
10 minutes.
For 10 minutes?
Did Jordan ever sit in there? Yeah? Just when he was bad? Did they ever close the door or leave it open?
They closed it.
Was it dark in there? Yeah? Was he scared? Yeah? Would you hear him crying? Did you ever have to sit in there? Well, that's good.
That little boy, just 5 years old, did not ever feel loved. In fact, he was rejected and mistreated by his own mother. This was confirmed by Larissa's own sister.
In your opinion, did she mistreat Jordan?
Yes, he was the outcast. Everyone was doing something and he was always in a room by himself, in a diaper, or he was, for like to put on a show, she always put him in the crib when I came over. But I would notice she would hurry up and pick him up, you know. Yeah, he was the outcast in the family.
The Cuyahoga County Medical Examiner's Office ruled Jordan's death a homicide. However, the exact cause of death couldn't be determined. But what they did find were signs of severe abuse. Jordan had previously fractured his wrist and several ribs, which were left untreated.
Those two connected the best with me, you know, and I felt so bad for those two. I had to stop her several times for hitting Jordan. Several times. I told her, stop. There was a point she pulled a knife out on me due to it. Nevaeh, I was happy.
As investigators turned their attention to Larissa Rodriguez, the room grows thick with tension. This isn't just another interview. It's a high-stakes confrontation where every word, every pause, could unravel a dark secret. Larissa, a mother now at the center of a horrifying mystery, faces the probing eyes of the detectives. But will she break under the pressure, or will her facade remain uncrackled? The answers lie within the next as the interrogation begins.
And there's some problems. The problems being Jordan had an old left wrist fracture. His left wrist was broken at some point and it was healed. It healed on its own. How? That's something you need to tell us. Jordan also has 3 fractured left ribs that healed on their own and a fractured right rib that healed on its own. And these are all injuries that were healing on their own without medical help, which means he was in a lot of pain for a very long time, and you're not being honest about what was happening to this kid.
These revelations paint a grim picture of Jordan's life, a young boy silently suffering through unimaginable pain. Fractures that should have been treated instead of left to heal on their own. Night of cries for help that went unanswered.
What happened, I mean, I personally didn't, but I was scared myself, okay?
Scared of?
I think talking to my sisters yesterday actually opened up my eyes a little bit and made me realize I should not be the only one taking full blame for this. I never put my hands on my kids. You can ask any of them. And a lot of people used to tell me maybe that's why sometimes your kids don't listen. You know, sometimes I need to be more rough on them, but that's just not in me. To sit here and...
I don't want to be that mother either. I just don't want to be that mother either.
Right, I don't. I mean, I was like that when I was little.
Larissa insists she never laid a hand on her children, painting a picture of a mother too gentle to discipline. But not everyone shares this view. Her ex, someone who witnessed their family life up close, tells a different story, one that casts doubt on Larissa's claims of innocence.
Those two connected the best with me, you know, and I felt so bad for those two. I had to stop her several times for hitting Jordan. Several times. I told her, stop. There was a point she pulled a knife out on me due to it.
But it's not just her ex who questions Larissa's version of events. Even her own sister has something to say about the way Jordan was treated.
I would catch her disciplining the kids, not just specifically Jordan, but all of them. She'll bust Mariana in the mouth or the nose to the point where...
Mariana is the oldest?
Yes. You know, like to where she would start bleeding and stuff like that.
When you say bust her in the mouth, what do you mean?
She either had a smart mouth or, you know, pow, or whatever, you know. I always told her, don't do stuff like that. You hit them on the butt, whatever, you know. Over the years, I've called kids several times on my sister.
DCFS?
Several of times.
Okay.
She really is. Like, she's mad at me because I've called kids on her several times throughout the years, okay? She's mad at my other sister out there for calling kids on her throughout the years because we know what she's all about. All she does is find these men off the internet and bring them into her home and in front of all her kids the same goddamn day. This man could have really killed them all.
Okay. Did you know Chris yourself?
I met him when she moved in. When the day I moved in her home, mind you, the day I moved in her home, she was kicking out Jake, the other baby daddy, and a couple hours later, this guy she met on the internet and he never moved out since he moved in. Then next morning, I went to check out my babies upstairs. They was all in the same room in bed with her and this guy.
Okay. So she met him on the internet, is what you're saying?
On the internet.
Okay.
All her boyfriends are met on the internet. All her friends, I have Nicolina that's willing to come down and testify. I have Mari Cruz, which is all her best friends that could prove to you that I'm not lying. Okay? That's why she's mad at me. Because I won't let her do what the hell she's doing to them kids. When I was told the day that I moved out of her home by Karen Custer that she beat that baby with a bat.
Karen Custard?
Yes. The day that I moved out.
Okay. Beat the baby with what?
With a bat.
A bat?
Yes. Her friend Cindy told me yesterday that she went over to the house. This man was beating Jordan with the belt so bad that she got in the middle of it and he was about to beat her up.
All right, and who said this?
Cindy.
Cindy?
When Larissa realized all the blame was coming to her, she tried to split and divert the blame towards Chris. She claimed he was the abusive one and she was the victim here.
You know, no matter how bad my little ones can act up, I never had that in me to hit my kids. But I think I was just so scared because I used to get my ass beat by Chris just because I defended my kids. My daughter, my oldest son can tell you, my older son had to pull a knife on him because he put his hands on me the way he did.
How long were you and Chris together?
About 2 years.
Okay. And he was living with you from day one?
Yeah.
Our understanding is that you were dating someone else who moved out, and you met Chris online.
I was with Jake.
Okay.
But Jake wasn't in the house for more than 2 weeks.
Right.
Since when
and he
I
left,
first
and then
moved
Chris
in.
came in.
Right.
And you met him online.
Yes.
Larissa also does not miss the opportunity to point out that her only intent was to help Jordan and how she did try to help him.
If I could interject.
Yeah, please.
So what I see happening is, like, I think March of 2016, you were going through the process of trying to enroll Jordan in a class that's specific for him. But is it Chris that doesn't want him to do this? Or is... Because what I'm reading...
I did try to get him enrolled in school and stuff like that.
Because what I read was Jordan would have benefited from an environment with children like him. He is autistic, most probably.
Yes. And what I did was, it was almost through the year. So when I talked to the development for the school, I said, well, they either said, well, I could send him now or send him next year. I preferred that he would have started the following year, so that way he's got a whole entire full year. And that's what my, intentions was, to send him to
Just put your kid at the front of the class as opposed to the... I did the same thing with my daughter.
Yes, because I wanted my son to actually be around other kids, to actually learn and to actually,
Sure you want some coffee? Or water?
I'll take some.
Coffee?
Yeah.
Despite Larissa's claims of wanting the best for Jordan, her actions seemed to tell a different story.
How does he discipline Jordan?
It was just different. I mean, as far as, how you said the sock in the mouth, none of my kids got the sock in the mouth, only Jordan. And I used to sit there and tell him, don't do that. I used to get yelled at. My kids all can tell you I defended all my kids. And that's where a lot of me and his arguments came in, because I did defend my kids.
But the truth was far worse.
I remember one time I walked in, because me and her sorted things out over the phone. I went into the store, picked up some food for him. I walked in, and she was trying to potty train Jordan. And she was calling him a retard. What else? She made fun of the size of his head. He had a lazy eye. She would call him cross-eyed. She would tell him she would want to smack him in the face because he looks like his dad. But when I walked in that door, she shoved a goddamn sock in the kid's mouth and shoved him in the corner because he was crying, because she hit him and put him in the corner. And that just turned into a complete argument right there. She threw me out. I called 696 Kids. I ended up going back again because I was scared.
As the details emerged, the reality of Jordan's suffering became undeniable. He was trapped in a home where he was treated as less than human by the very person who was supposed to protect him. Throughout the interrogation, Larissa's emotions seemed to shift between fake sorrow, fake fear, and hidden anger.
Because every time after this happened, I just hated him. I hated everything. I just couldn't stand to be around him.
Did you ever ask him to leave?
I did. And he told me that if I was to call the cops, that he had the gas in his name, that they would tell me that he resides there, that he can't leave. So I just felt like I was trapped. And I even told him, this is my house. You have to go. But then he always threw up. Well, if he leaves, he's calling the cops and he's blaming everything on me. Which I didn't hurt Jordan. I take the fault for not taking him to the doctor. Yes, that was my fault. And my other fault was doing...
Tissues, Ray. Bring tissues, Ray.
Was given the idea to do that. But I didn't hurt Jordan.
I know.
It's not in my heart to hurt Jordan.
She kept trying to blame others while pretending to love her children and regretting not protecting them better.
Self-defending myself, because he went and literally choked me, put me in the kitchen, slammed me against stuff, had a knife in his hand,
I found something. I don't know whether it was a screwdriver or something. I just grabbed something and just got him
Called the
right in
police
the
out
head.
to the house. Somebody called.
No, nobody.
Right.
Nobody. And that's what gets me is that street is so highly protected by police that why didn't somebody? I mean, I even tried to jump out the window, try to get some help from somebody. I feel like I couldn't even leave my house. And then when I sat there screamed, he put a sock in my mouth. So I couldn't. And then was sitting there screaming, you know, like I'm screaming, and he's sitting there choking me.
While the reality was that Larissa was an evil, narcissistic, and manipulative person to begin with. Her words felt insincere, showing a more evil side as she tried to avoid taking full responsibility for her actions and the pain her children went through.
And I admit in my past, that's part of one of my counseling. I've had bad relationships, and it's a pattern.
Yeah.
It's a pattern, and that was something me and my counselor was working on. And this just happened to be another one that just...
Well, he might have been the worst one.
Yeah. I think it was.
You do know we're going to go talk to Chris. Have you talked to him at all during this time?
No.
Talked to him before you were put in jail?
I talked to him. It was the same day you guys all came. I mean, not you guys, but when they came to the house, and to me, it just seemed like he didn't care.
What did you tell him?
Like, I told him
He was in jail at the time.
Yes, he called me about 6 o'clock that evening because that's when he got supposedly off of work from in the work or whatever he did in the kitchen, and he's like, "What's going on?" I guess because the detectives went to talk to him, and when they went to talk to him, I guess they were asking him questions. He didn't specifically go into. He just wanted to know more about what happened on my side.
What you said.
Right. So when I sat there and I told him, and he was just like, he didn't seem like I was. You know, like I was scared. I was nervous. I'm, you know, shaking and spooked, and you know, he just seemed so calm. And you know, like.
Did he tell you what to say, what you should say, what you shouldn't say?
No. That's why when you guys came and say now he changed up his story to something about December 2nd, that's because he heard me say it over the phone. He didn't know anything about what I told the police. But
so when we confront him with Jordan's injuries, is he going to tell us otherwise, that you're the one who did it?
A woman can't do it hit that much harder. And you know what? Anybody can tell you that. And I say that.
That's not true.
I mean, he's a lot stronger
than
I am. And me personally, you can even ask my older son. My older son will tell you. No, Angel.
Angel?
My older son will be the one to, if anything, between my older son and my oldest daughter.
Do you know how we would get a hold of Angel? I mean, do you know that number? Does he live on Wade Avenue with his dad? Or do they live someplace else in the first day?
His dad moved. I could try to get my little sister to contact Angel.
Okay.
Yeah.
The tension is building. She's nervous, but trying to hold it together. The detectives press on, and the calmness of the man she's talking about doesn't sit right. It feels like the truth is slipping through her fingers, and soon it will all come crashing down.
This is my first Christmas without my kids.
At the end of the day, and I understand how you feel about if I ever get up out of here. I don't know what they're going to charge you with. My suspicion is it's going to be murder B. That's my suspicion.
And what gets me is he's not going to get charged for anything.
Oh, now that's not going to be true. And that's not going to be true.
And what is murder B?
It's a it's causing the death of another without a plan to actually do it.
And how much time what am I really looking at? Can you tell me?
I can't.
Or just like a kind of, like a...
I would say, honestly, I would say probably double digits.
What's that?
At least in the neighborhood of a double digit. Now, I don't know what happens later on down the line.
Even the police are catching on. Larissa's tears and claims of love are nothing but a facade. They're now fully aware of her deception.
A little towards the end, she started getting really bad with Jordan.
In what way?
Every way. Every way.
So the beginning of 2016, she's...
No, probably around the end of 15, it got really bad.
And he's 3? He
Yes.
just turned 3?
Yes.
When you say she becomes really bad with him, what do you mean?
We moved into an apartment after Willowdale. We moved into an apartment on West 98th. And it just got bad. I kept trying to get a job. She kept ruining it for me. We ended up, she just stopped cleaning the house.
A counselor from Frontline will be with them.
Okay.
And they will explain to them that Jordan is deceased. And then Ray and I would like to sit down with Mariana because she's the oldest. And it's my understanding, you can correct me if my understanding is wrong, she was close with Jordan. And it's also my understanding that Mariana may have been touched physically by Christopher Rodriguez.
No, not in my knowledge.
Okay.
Mariana, and I know that for a simple fact because Mariana was always with me.
Okay.
Mariana's a mama's girl.
Okay.
She's never been alone with him.
That's good.
She's always, every time I go to the store, it's Mom, I'm going with you. You know, so that for a fact, I know.
Has she ever witnessed
She
anything between you and Chris?
No. I mean, are you talking about like
sex?
No.
Okay.
No, none of my kids.
Okay.
None of my kids. I'm not that type of mom where we sit there and make it. You know,
I don't think you are, but if he's a predator, in other words, if he's attracted to you because he's got a home with you, he's got somebody putting a roof over his head and feeding him, and he's really attracted to kids, then he's playing you to get to her. And she may be afraid to tell you that.
Okay. As a mom, will you guys look into that for me?
I absolutely will.
I mean, because I personally don't think that, but who knows, you know? And I say that because I was, you know, touched when I was little, when I was 5 years old, by my foster brother, my 18-year-old foster brother. And they always say, if it happened to you, it could be possible it happened to your child. And I just want to make sure that that's cleared.
Well, I want to give her the floor to share that with me, if it has happened. And she has a unique relationship with her brothers and sisters in that.
And I also said that too, because her bond with Chris wasn't too. Mariana's one. She doesn't cling on to everybody. You know, as far as males. You know, as far as mom, yeah, she's very close to that. She's always been with me. Dad's never been there. You know, she's never really had a father figure to step up and be that father figure, which she thought was Chris until the day Chris put his hands on me. You know, and it's just like, that's why their relationship wasn't until kind of like towards the end-ish, you know, like recently, to where her bond is okay.
He was close to Mariana as well. Mariana knows everything. Like, I understand it's hard on that little girl, but she's seen so much. She knows, she would know more than all of me and the sisters. Mariana would.
Would she talk with me if I attempted to speak with her?
She might. She's a really smart girl.
Is she going to be thankful that she's out of that environment, or is she going to be freaking out, missing her mother?
She's probably gonna miss her mom, but in another way, she's probably gonna be thankful.
Okay.
She never really had good guidance. She had an issue with bathing when I was there. But that's because her mom never taught her anything, you know? The little girl just lived, you know? That's how everybody in the house was. It was you live. And, you know, I thought it got better after I left. I honestly thought the house got better.
I don't think so.
I don't think so neither.
Came to the hospital for that fracture.
But a rib fracture? You
But
don't see that.
But see, I wish I would, you know, it was just like Jordan trying to tell me something. When I told you that when he finally took his last breath, it was like he was mad. You know, like I seen in his face like he just wanted to tell me something. But I just didn't know what that something was. And with him being speechless, I mean, I couldn't understand what it was. But I could tell it was just something so mad, you know, like angry. And I thought he, you know, like he was trying to cuss me out or something. But I took it as he was just trying to tell me, Mom, I love you, I gotta go, you know. But in my heart, something told me that he had something to do with this. Because every time after this happened, I just hated him. I hated everything. I just couldn't stand to be around him.
Did you ever see her discipline Jordan in a way that you felt like was just completely wrong?
Yeah.
Apart from the incident where she put the sock in his mouth?
Yeah, she there was a couple times I walked in the house and that poor boy sitting there with the, you know, I fold the socks and it's thick at the one end. She shoved that in his mouth. I would walk in the house, pull it out. What the f*** are you doing? You know? And, Mariana knows. He got hit, beat. He was close to Mariana.
Her story about Jordan's last moments reveals a chilling truth. Her own guilt hidden behind fake emotions. His angry eyes, his final breath. She tries to cover up the secrets she can't escape. The bench trial of Larissa and Christopher Rodriguez was an intense event. Family friend and attorney Maria Cruz stood to speak on behalf of Jordan's extended family. She explained how the family loved Jordan deeply and had tried to help him and his siblings. Unfortunately, Larissa and Christopher blocked their efforts. Despite the alarming reports and repeated attempts to reach out for help, Larissa Rodriguez managed to evade serious scrutiny. Each time authorities were called, it seemed that the children's fears and Marissa's concerns were dismissed and overshadowed. Maria shared a special memory of Jordan staying overnight with the family. Despite being nonverbal, Jordan communicated with them and shared a meal while sitting on his Uncle Jose's lap. He showed his love by running to his uncle when he came home from work. Jordan was a sweet little boy who deserved so much more. While they still loved Larissa because she was family, they could not accept what she had done. The prosecutor then presented the case against Larissa and Christopher. Jordan was born prematurely on November 5, 2012, with many health problems. Despite his challenges, the school district tried to help him with an individualized education plan because of his developmental delays and nonverbal condition. However, Larissa withdrew from school on September 13, 2016, claiming they were moving out of state. Jordan's last medical care was recorded in November 2015. When questioned about her son, Larissa repeatedly said he was out of town. Finally, when confronted with the possibility that he was buried in her backyard, she admitted what had happened. On September 21st, Christopher brought Jordan to Larissa in a semi-conscious state. She tried to revive him with a cold shower and then laid him in bed for 24 hours, stating she wanted to be close to him. The next morning, Jordan was dead. Instead of calling 911, Larissa and Christopher dug a hole, wrapped Jordan in blankets, garbage bags, and a duffel bag, and buried him in the backyard. Photos were presented as evidence. showing the time and effort they took to bury Jordan rather than seeking help. During further questioning, Larissa claimed she suffered abuse at the hands of Christopher, which extended to her children, but she provided no details. If it weren't for Scott Rodriguez, who called the police from Pakistan on December 19, 2017, Jordan might still be buried in that backyard. The autopsy revealed healing fractures on Jordan's ribs and wrists, consistent with child abuse. Larissa also faced charges related to food stamp fraud. This case was so horrifying that even the judge struggled to hold back tears while addressing the court.
What we do every day is so hard. People don't give any of us the credit that we deserve for dealing with the horrors that are brought before us. And Mr. Rodriguez, this is a horror. I know as a judge I'm not supposed to show emotion. And in 22 years, I never have. This is one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life.
The court imposed a sentence on Larissa Rodriguez for involuntary manslaughter, 11 years in prison; for felonious assault, 8 years in prison; for another count of felonious assault, 6 years in prison; and for abuse of a corpse, 9 months in prison. She would be in jail for a total of 25 years. Her boyfriend, Christopher Rodriguez, was sentenced to 28 years in prison for his role in the boy's death and backyard burial. The sentences would run concurrently with the previous sentence imposed.
I don't have words for her. I can't even deal with her.
I can't believe she did this. Like, I never thought. No, not for long.
The end of the trial did not stop the pain for Jordan's family. Larissa's sister, Anna, had been there through it all and now faced the hard task of helping her family heal.
How do you not know your child is missing? How do you not file a report? How do you go to bed knowing what happened to your child?
That you lay down 5 kids every night, but this one you're not laying down. How do you not know?
How do you not shed a tear? How? How is that possible?
She looks crazy on her picture.
She doesn't
She
look
look like
well.
it don't look. She doesn't look normal.
No. She does not look well at all. She actually looks like
she's sick.
She's sick. She's blind. Like how do you say it?
Like the schizo is taking over her.
Like zoomed
I'm,
out.
I'm in a different
like
world.
Dazed or she's just no. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even have words anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that picture.
She don't even care.
Like
she looks.
Nothing happened.
Like nothing. How? I can look at her and I just get angry. Would never thought that. Never.
The family's sorrow was deep. They had many questions that were hard to answer. How could a mother be so cruel? How could someone hurt a child they were supposed to care for?
They're supposed to be the voices. They're supposed to be the ones that, oh, hey, you can't speak? Sign language. We're hurt. Where? Show me. Where's your boo-boo? They know boo-boo. They
Jordan
fall.
would straight tell you too. He point. That's what I'm saying.
smart.
When I called kids the first time on her, I told the worker to take Jordan into a room, and I told the worker that he couldn't talk to pinpoint the body. Now, if they did that or not, I don't know.
I don't think they even did.
But like I said, if they would have went there all these times, like it says recently,
3
they
months
would have
ago.
realized that Jordan was not there.
Larissa's other children felt the weight of the tragedy too. They had been taken away and lived in different places, trying to make sense of what had happened. They missed their brother, and they missed the family they once had. Each child struggled with questions. Why did this happen to us? And will we ever feel safe again? Anna and her family held on to hope that time would help them heal.
Let me know where the rest of he is. Confide in me. I'm not going to be any madder than what I am. It's already done and dead. I just want to give him the proper burial respect, man. That he deserves. That's it. I will get him cremated and he could be with the family that actually loves him. Please, say something. Please. Stop lying already. You're supposed to help your kids, not hurt them.
I don't have words for her. I can't even deal with her.
I can't believe she did this. Like, I never thought.
No, not for now. Nope.
But when I was having a hard time dealing with my kid, that's where my kid went. Now it makes me want to go question my kid. I was the unstable one mentally. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I don't even get down like that. I will call in a minute. Michelle, somebody come rescue this kid.
He's a good kid. He really is a good boy. I mean, all the kids were good. They were all really good. Mm-hmm. Every time she would have babies,
right.
They all slept. I had all of them at one time. Every time she popped a baby out, they all came to my house and stayed with me 4 days. Every time.
Is she pregnant now?
Well, that's what she said.
That's what we had heard.
I don't know if she says it is true.
I don't know.
A lot about that one.
Probably is, though, because she gets pregnant every year.
If Scott had never made that fateful call from Pakistan, would Jordan's tragic story have remained buried forever? Although Larissa Rodriguez was the one charged, do you believe others turned a blind eye to the suffering of this innocent child? What do you think went through Larissa's mind each time she thought about Jordan, knowing what she had done? Let us know your thoughts. We love to hear from you. If there's a case you'd like us to cover, don't hesitate to drop your recommendations in the comment section below. For more captivating true crime stories, like, share, and subscribe